Yo. Alright, this is game 2 and 3. I'm doubling up on the semifinals of the Immortals 2v2 tournament between Aggony and Imperials. So first game, we saw Aggony do some sweet movement. Great formations. Completely threw the Imperials off guard. And then they just ran right up their side. And then flanked with their cavalry. It was pretty good. I liked it. But since you know that this is game 2 and 3, you know Imperials win this one. So it makes you wonder what they did. We'll soon find out. Maybe we'll see some magic in action. But here comes the game now. Oh my. Alright, so we're viewing from Aggony's side once again. This is Aggony v4. I see a lot of cavalry. Naginata, Yari, Katana, bow, Yari, Katana. That's a lot of cavalry there. And back here, the typical Yari Ashigaro defense up front and back. Only seeing one gun though. Very interesting. Bunch of lone swords. Very typical setup build for this expert gameplay. Very typical builds here. A lot of cavalry over here. What's this guy? He's so red. More lone swords. Two guns though on Captain Flood's side. We're gonna go over here to Indigo, see what he has. Surprisingly, Indigo does not look so indigo. Alright, I'd say this is more typical build type stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 lone swords with some Matchlock Ashigaro, some Yari Ashigaro. Oh yeah, just some typical stuff here. Here we get some action early with these bow cavalry getting up there shooting at this Matchlock Samurai or Matchlock Ashigaro stuck on this farmhouse. Smart move. Ooh, but he does get some shots off and he does tear up that bow cavalry pretty good. And it looks like Indigo's going to get that farmhouse as there's no one to even challenge him. Over on this front here, we have some harassing by B4 here. And it looks like Eisenker really went up and drew into it, as these bow cavalry must have really annoyed him. But these bow cav are getting some shots off on these Ari. Yeah, Shigaro. Nothing too big, nothing too special so far. It looks like these bow cavalry is still harassing right here, aiming for the general. Now, bow cavalry don't really have the best accuracy in the world, so they're probably not hitting much of anything. Probably gonna switch over to these Matchlock Ashigaro eventually. And they have. Look at that, 71 from 74 just a second ago. So they're already weakened pretty substantially. No, we have a lot of harassing gameplay right here. Look how far this Yari Ashigaro is up front. He is up there, and he is getting tore out. Look, we got some shots being wasted by these bow warrior monks on these Yari Ashigaro. I'm amazed that they're just gonna shoot him. Well, if he's right out in the open, why not, right? But those shots could be better placed on some better unit. But I don't know how drawn out this game will be. I'd imagine it won't be too long based upon the last game. Ooh, and they're getting tore up. 69 of 100. Alright, so over here it looks like he blew a rally. Now that could have been a bad move. I mean, he might have been trying to save his Matchlock from running away. I'm not sure. That seems very early to do a rally, and I'd imagine Captain Flood's just going to want to run away from it. That way that rally is negated and he still has his. But you see Indigo trying to utilize it a little bit, at least do some sort of movement to get up front. Start this battle in some sort of way. Alright, these are Ashigaro. We're going to chase after these bow cavalry. They're never going to be able to get them. I guess it's pretty much just teasing now, and we're going to see Aggony try to do their little maneuver they did before, it seems. They are pushing on this side here. I'm guessing that B4 is trying to do something similar, attack right up in here, and then they're going to push their cavalry around, swoop, get into the back. At least that's what the plan is. I'd imagine that Imperials are going to adjust a little bit at least. Oh, what is this right here? Bow cavalry getting dangerously close to those Yari Ashigaro. Down to 30 guys. Yari Ashigaro down to 85. Here we go. These Yari Ashigaro over here down to 44 of 100 already. So these bow cavalry are doing work. They are wearing them down very slowly. And look, here we go. Here we go. We have some of Captain Flood's cavalry over here too. No, looks like he's going into the woods. Going to try to hide them for a minute. See if they can go off the radar for a little bit. But Imperials should know they're there if they've been paying attention a little bit. And look, Agony's going the other way around. Look at that. So they're trying to, trying to get some sort of positioning advantage here. But I don't think Imperials are going to give it to him. Alright, the Imperials are pretty spread out now. Look at this movement. He has all the lone swords over here facing the cavalry. Kind of dangerous. I mean, at the same time, he knows these Yari Ashigaro are dwindling, so that's his main force of protection here. Now look at that. It looks like the Imperials have, before isolated here, I would not be surprised to see them double team before, at least a little bit. Here we go. Yep, it looks like they're pinching down right now. So Eisenker pushing up. They're doing a little bit of a pinch move here, and look at all this cavalry. Now I'm surprised these matchlocks are so far behind now, because they're going to be definitely needed in the fight here, and they're very unprotected. I'll be surprised we saw these bow cavalry come around try to mess them up a little bit, as they're only protected by the general, and that is not the greatest of defense. And look, another Yari Ashigaro all the way back here. Interesting. Alright, so here comes the fight now. Here comes some katana cavalry blasting through, trying to mess up these lone swords. And they, did a decent amount of damage to this lone sword unit here, but it's pretty much a waste of the katana cavalry. They're best for flanking, not for doing these head-on rushes. But here we go. Look at this huge, massive cavalry just blazing in. Ooh, it's just like a giant wall of cavalry just going to swoop around. And here comes the rest. Now Captain Flood is going to take advantage of this the best he can. He has his katana cavalry, of course, tearing up these Matchlock Ashigaro in the back. And look at Eisenker. He's not even helping it. So it looks like his attention's somewhere else right now, and his matchlocks back here aren't even aimed at anything. So it looks like they're fully focused on taking out B4 more than anything here, as all their units are committed right here pretty much, except for a very select few. Now Eisenker makes a very good decision to point these matchlocks at Agony right here, and here we go. Look, that's going to tear up that unit right there of cavalry down to one Naginata Warrior Monk cavalry there. So that was a very smart move. That way, if Captain Flood wants to come around and flank, it's going to be a lot harder. He has to take the long way, and plus, even if he does, he's going to be able to essentially shoot him or just turn around anyway. So great job being done right here by the Imperials. They are really isolating B4, and B4 is taking it very badly. Now Captain still has a lot of guys, but it's not looking good for him. as the Imperials did pretty much the exact same thing that Agony did to them the previous game. I mean, they looked for a flaw in positioning and took advantage of it instantly, and you see it paying off right now as B4's units are just getting tore up completely, and Captain Flood is nowhere to be found. Essentially, he's too far back to really help. So when Captain does come to help, these matchlocks are probably going to be faced right at him and aimed right at him, and it's going to really be devastating. And I'm amazed that he brought both of these katanas to help attack this single Matchlock Ashigaro here, as these two guys are open. But I can see now this bow cavalry is coming in very hot, and they're going to tear down this Matchlock Warrior Monk unit right there. And you see Eisenker pulling away that Matchlock Ashigaro, but is it too late? It looks like it is, as that one katana does catch him. So here we go. Now, still many units are available to the Imperials right here, as pretty much they just need to surround what's left of Captain Flood here, and pretty much just hold on. I mean, they still have plenty of melee units. Captain Flood does not. I mean, he has a couple, but they're all committed except for one, and that's this guy right here. And you see his matchlock getting tied up right there. So this one's looking about over, as these gunshots are gonna tear up these lone swords, and just the flanking in general is just too much for Captain Flood. So this one goes to the Imperials. This is a lot of great positioning, a lot of trickery going on here to get the best advantage possible. Very impressive by the Imperials and Aggony. 2 games, same strategy right in a row. And you have to wonder if that farmhouse had anything to do with it. Those guys are a lot faster now. So very smart move by the Imperials, getting that farmhouse right there. But now we move on to game 3, the pinnacle and pretty much the ending of the story. So after we load here, I'm going to start up game number 3 between Imperial and Aggony, and here we go. Game 3, Imperial versus Aggony, Immortals 2v2 tournament. This is happening. Alright, rice fields. This is for it all. Or at least all enough. All or nothing. To move on to the finals, which are being played on the 22nd. Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be doing the live commentary for that, just so you guys know. It's going to be a hell of a show. Some great players and a great tournament. Definitely be there if you can. Alright. Here we go. Looks like a different time of day. Here we go. We're looking from B4's side of the view here. It looks like very similar setup as last time. You know, he has a huge amount of cavalry. I'm guessing around 7 to 8 lone swords, maybe 2 matchlocks, something along that line. I do not see any bows at the moment, though, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Captain Flood, on the other hand, looks very similar. I do not see any bows either. So that's a transition right there. No bows. Interesting. So we're only got the Imperial side here. They, on the other hand, also don't have any bows. And Eisenker, looks like we're going away from the archery here. This is straight rushing right now. This is pretty much raw Shogun at its finest, the matchmaker. So this is going to be interesting. I'd imagine this would be a very quick game, as well, there's no real skirmish units available. Alright, so let's see how these guys handle it without the... Oh, wait, am I wrong? There's one. There's one. I was wrong. I think that's the only one on the entire map, though. I do not see any. I'm very surprised by this. Very, very surprised. You know, these are usually skirmish-heavy clans in general. They have a lot of back and forth before they really commit to attacking, usually. So this is surprising. Now, I mean, with Captain Flood having the only bow unit here, I mean, he has the power to pretty much skirmish away and push the Imperials back to an extent. I mean, after a while, they may get sick of it and just attack it, because, you know, it's only one bow warrior a month. It's not, you know, 4 on this entire side, 4 to 6. Oh, here we go, bow cavalry. So I guess they're counting as their skirmish unit there, as they were very effective. You know, they could run away, do a couple of skirmish attacks, get in, get out, done. And so let's check out Captain Flood. Maybe he also has this too. Not sure, but look at this giant wave of cavalry over here that Indigo was trying to hide in the trees. Clever, but he didn't get away with it. And you see Captain Flood chasing him with 2 units and a bunch of Yari Ashigaro. I personally might bite at this. You know, I mean, Yari Ashigaro does not take much to flank. But then again, look, he has these other Katana Cavalry and the National Warrior Monks in the back, so probably a good idea that he didn't attack. Alright, here we go. On this flank over here, getting dangerously close, are these matchlock units looking for any excuse to shoot. And look at these lines being drawn here. Ooh, devastating. Here we go. There's going to be some shots real soon. Matchlock Eshigaro, rapid fire on. Boom. Look at that. Look at these bullets fly. Alright, so these guys are pounding away. There's really one matchlock against two, though. It's not looking good. But this one has rapid volley, so we'll see if we can chase one away before he really has to run. Now, he's running away himself. Probably worried for the sake of his unit there. So as the Imperials try to close the door here, I think Agony is going to shut it, essentially, with this cavalry charge that Indigo's pushing right now. Wow, or not, he's just going to pull away. So it looks like this Yari Shigara is going to catch this Yari cavalry, which will be devastating for that Yari cavalry. He should lose a couple of guys. Wow, one guy. I almost thought he got out unscathed. Ooh, this is rough for Eisenker right here. Look at that. All his units completely surrounded. War cry. This cavalry's done. Completely done. That was a big mistake on his part. But he does have this Yari Shigara to support it. But we'll see. I do not believe that these will stay too long. On this side, here we go. Look, now Captain Flood's kind of far away here. He's trying to catch up and push, because you can see Indigo and Eisenker are double teaming on this side for the most part, or at least pushing pretty hard. Now over here you have Indigo. He's pretty much just waiting. You know, he has his guns here. They're in decent position, and these guns are going to shoot and slow down Amp right here. Or not Amp, excuse me, Captain Flood. But Captain Flood sees the situation. It looks like he's going to pull away and go straight over here and do a flanking maneuver of, you know, Eisenker and Imp right here. There's a lot of blinking here, but a lot of it is actually Indigo's other forces, because his general is not there, which is not going to help him out much. And look at that over here, bringing in these Yari Shigara units to help. Did just enough to keep at least some of the cavalry alive, but not much. So looking back over here, we have these bow cavalry trying to hit something. I'm amazed he didn't go after this matchlock warrior monk. Instead, he goes for the flank here, the flank action. He's trying to rout this giant mass of units here. It's funny because we have this huge melee battle here. We have skirmishing with matchlocks over here. We have some bows going off over here. You know, something's got to break soon. It's hard to tell though which will go. You see blinking on both sides. Before does not look very well at all right now. He's getting tore up. He has to fight off two guys on one side, but it doesn't look too bad at the same time. It's looking at Captain Flood stretching out all of his melee units right here. He's in great position to flank this entire blob. And this blob is not a great fighting force, let me tell you. It's very ineffective, and these matchlocks are pretty tore up. So I would not be surprised if we see some sort of cavalry unit come in there, try to take these out a little bit. But it looks like they're concentrating on just getting rid of this melee blob here. They're really trying to push, and look at this blinking. Look at that blinking. That's a whole mess of melee right there. It's about to go bye-bye, essentially. Look at this fleeing. Not good. This is not good for the Imperials at all, as all they have here is Indigo's matchlocks and Yari Shigara shooting here. Oh, it went from a close game to not even close at all. This one goes to Agony. They move on to the finals. Congratulations to them. Good fight to Indigo. Very close battle, but someone's got to lose, right? So that's it, guys. Remember, the 22nd of September, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when the live finals will be. So be there.